What if I told you there's a company doing $1.8 billion in revenue this year with just 2 employees, and the man behind it started with $20,000, a laptop, and a vision that most people would have called insane. This is the story of Matthew Gallagher and Medvi.
First billion-dollar single-person company
is expected to be valued at over $1 billion by the end of this year.
You're scared of AI taking your job?
Started it from his apartment in New York, I think.
Matthew didn't come from money. He had an unstable childhood, moving between motels and cars before settling in Cincinnati at age 12. What changed everything was a laptop his uncle gave him. He taught himself to code just to build a Weird Al Yankovic fan page. Back as a teenager, he was already building websites for local businesses, even selling candles and samurai swords on eBay. At just 18, he built a web hosting business and sold it for $6,000. He briefly went to college, dropped out, and moved to LA to become an actor, and then came right back to tech. Then in 2016, he built Watch Gang, a subscription wristwatch company that grew to 60 employees but never earned a profit. That experience taught him something critical. Having more people did not mean having more success. It just meant higher costs and slower decisions. Then ChatGPT dropped in 2022 and Matthew started tinkering. By 2024, Matthew met the co-founder of CareValidate, a telehealth infrastructure company that offered something powerful. A plug-and-play system connecting patients with doctors and pharmacies to prescribe and ship medications. You bring the customers and they handle the compliance, the doctors, the prescriptions, and the shipping. He saw the gap immediately. GLP-1 weight loss, drugs were exploding in demand. Companies like Hims and Rowe were already in the space, but they had thousands of employees, slow-moving org charts, and legacy systems. He thought, what if I compete with them using nothing but AI? So he gets to work. With $20,000 and just a couple of months, he built Medvi entirely using AI tools. He used ChatGPT, Claude, and Grok to write the code and website copy. He used Midjourney and Runway to generate images and videos for ads. ElevenLabs for AI voice tools. Custom AI agents to get his software systems talking to each other. And an AI customer service system to handle inquiries. CareValidate and a platform called Open Loop handled everything on the medical side. Matthew just had to run the front end almost entirely through AI. Medvi launched in September 2024, offering GLP-1 drugs starting at $179 a month with no doctor's visit required. The timing was perfect. Month 1, 300 customers, month 2, 1,000 more. And by the end of 2024, they hit 250,000 customers, bringing in $401 million in annual revenue. And the net profit margin, 16.2%. That means $65 million in pure profit. For a bit of context, Hims, a publicly traded company with over 2,000 employees, posted a net margin of just 5.5%. Matthew beat them by 3 times on profitability and did it with essentially no staff. He was pulling in over $3 million a day, but it wasn't perfect. The AI customer service bot sometimes invented drug prices, but Matthew honored them anyway. It hallucinated, claiming Medvi sold hair loss drugs when it didn't. And whenever a customer wanted to speak to a human, the bot transferred them directly to Matthew's personal cell. He ended up fielding over 1,000 customer service calls completely by himself. Then, the FDA sent a warning letter about misleading marketing claims, and a lawsuit was filed over spam email practices. In March 2025, Matthew changed something minor on the site, went out for a hike, and got a call mid-trail. His update had broken the checkout. He sprinted home, but 200 potential customers were already lost. That is the price of a 2-person operation. But through all of it, his philosophy stayed the same. Headcount creates drag. Speed is the advantage. He brought on his brother Elliot to filter communication, added a few contractors, and stopped there. He didn't build a big team, he built better systems. And those systems are now expanding fast. In February 2025, Medvi launched men's health products. 50,000 customers in the first month, on track to eclipse the GLP-1 business in just 4 months. And after that, meal delivery, women's health, hormone therapy, hair growth, skincare, an entire healthcare brand run by just 2 people and a stack of AI tools. This year, they are projected to hit $1.8 billion in revenue. Sam Altman predicted in 2024 that a $1 billion company would soon exist. He said it would have been impossible without AI. When he heard about Medvi, he said he wanted to meet the guy. Matthew grew up in survival mode, motels, cars, no safety net. Today, he's donated $1 million to a foundation supporting homeless youth and animal shelters. And for the first time in his life, he simply said, I'm not in survival mode. So what's the real lesson here? It's not like everyone can do this, and not everyone has Matthew's marketing instincts, his technical fluency, or his timing. The real lesson is that AI doesn't just make businesses more efficient, it removes entire layers of a company. It collapses what used to require teams of 10, 20, 50 people into tools one person can run. Matthew didn't just build an AI company, he built a telehealth company using AI as his entire operating system. That's the 100 times mindset, not working harder, not hiring more, building smarter systems and letting them run. The question isn't whether AI will change how businesses are built, because it already has. The question is, what are you building with it?